to blend?
That is the question.
Alright, so today we're talking about fruit smoothies, and we wanted to share with you our experience of being on the high carb, low fat vegan lifestyle, raw till 4, and what happened when we started drinking smoothies.
So when we first came to this lifestyle, obviously we were watching YouTubers on the raw till 4 lifestyle, and the majority of whom were having fruit smoothies, and so we're like, okay, so that's how you get your fruit in. Sure enough, we were enjoying them thoroughly at the beginning, and we were making very large, 2-litre jugs each, and yeah, they were great. It was an excellent way of getting more fruit in, and we enjoyed them, and we did that for several months, I think.
Yep.
And then we reached an interesting point.
We were sort of feeling they were becoming quite heavy, and they were getting harder and harder to drink. And we went to a Zumba class one day, and we were the youngest in the class, and we noticed that we really didn't have that much energy. We felt really heavy. We just couldn't keep up with these other older ladies around us, and thought, oh, this is not right. And we realized that the smoothies just weren't working for us anymore. So we kind of reassessed at that point and changed our strategy.
I think the main problem was we were probably having too large quantities of smoothie, as we said, about 2 litres each. Yeah, it was probably just too much at that point. So
we were feeling quite bloated. We were sometimes feeling like a bit of stabbing pains.
Just general digestive discomfort.
Yeah, we weren't enjoying them. It was a bit of a chore to get them down.
This was after a number of months, and so we thought, okay, we need to change things up a little bit, and at that point we decided to eat whole fruits instead. That was something we'd not done a lot of because we'd been relying on the smoothies, and it was interesting at first.
Yeah, we were still eating the same amount of fruit, same calories, but instead of blending it all up, we would eat it over the course of the day. So Luca is much better at sitting down to, say, 10 to 12 bananas in one hit. I would break it up, so I might have 4 bananas, then wait a little bit, have another 3, wait a little bit, have 2, have another 3, and go on like that. So same amount of calories, but when you don't blend it, something very different happens. It becomes easier to digest.
And that was our personal experience. For some people, they might say that fruit smoothies digest better for them than whole fruits. So it is a case-by-case individual thing. But for us, we did notice a real improvement in our digestion when we started to eat fruit whole.
And now aside from the Datorade, just blended dates and water, we don't really have smoothies. I haven't touched a fruit smoothie since we stopped that last year.
And that was sort of middle of the year.
Middle of the year, so it's almost coming up to a year. I actually look at them and feel a bit, I'm not into it.
and yet a lot of people swear by them, and they work very well for them, as they did for us in the beginning. And they're very convenient, particularly when you're first coming to the lifestyle, and you might not have developed a sufficient palate yet for being able to eat whole fruits in the sort of volume that's required to get enough calories in. And so smoothies are a great way of enabling that to happen for you. In
fact, we were saying if we hadn't started with fruit smoothies, there's no way we would have been able to eat the amount of whole fruits as we now do at the beginning when we first joined this lifestyle. So we do encourage people to use smoothies and see how you feel. If you're okay with them and you don't have any problems, go for it. If you're finding that process of blending, it actually does create a bit of a processed food in a way, even though you're not adding anything processed. It's just it changes how your body absorbs the fruit. So if you're finding that you're feeling really bloated, really heavy, or even if you're gaining a lot of weight very quickly, change to whole fruits.
And a couple of tips, if you are going to stick with the fruit smoothies, just pulse the smoothies if you can, rather than over blending them. Over blending them tends to aerate the smoothies, creating more little air pockets and bubbles, which can sort of wreak a bit of havoc with your digestion, potentially.
So you don't want that vortex forming.
That's right. And you also want to chew your smoothies, just like you would when you're eating a fruit whole, because of course the saliva contains digestive enzymes which pre-digest the food before it goes into your stomach. So if you're just sort of chugging the smoothies back, you probably want to try to chew them and drink them a little more slowly over time.
Exactly, and space it out. You don't have to get it down within 10 minutes. It can take you an hour or 2, or have it throughout the day, just slowly sipping. So that's really going to help as well.
And they're convenient in that regard, aren't they? Like
they're
you could
fantastic.
take them, blend them in the morning and take them to work with you and sip them over the course of the morning, or even for lunch. So there's as many benefits as there are drawbacks.
Exactly.
So.
It's very much a personal thing, and we've included a lot of smoothie recipes in our meal plan that we have on our website for download. And that's because a fruit smoothie is always going to make you feel much better than eating a standard Western breakfast of meat, dairy and eggs. And as we said, it's a great way to get used to eating fruit in the morning and also to start stretching the stomach and getting the body used to having so much fruit. And then it's up to you whether you want to maintain fruit smoothies or whether you want to cut back on them, make maybe smaller portions, or just stick to whole fruits the way we do now.
So if you have any more questions about fruit smoothies, post them in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Hope this video was helpful.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Bye for now, guys.
Bye.